Welcome to LSU's Tiger Stadium after dark, an environment unlike any other in sports. Very intimidating for visitors. As they say, this is where visitors' dreams come to die. We have a midseason matchup of two teams that have earned a top 25 ranking, so a good test for both teams with playoff implications on the line. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Houston Cougars, taking on the second-ranked team, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. He'll hand it off. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Off target and incomplete. Offense facing a third and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. It's a quick grab. Good enough for a fresh set of downs. They'll spot the ball at the 40.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
There's the handoff.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
And now the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the offensive line is completely occupied with that defensive front. That freed up that linebacker to shoot right through that gap and blow up the ball carrier. What a play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Short pass finds the tight end. He's swarmed by the defense.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
On third and short, they hand the ball off. Tackled at the 33. That's good enough for a first down.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get him to third down. They load up the line of scrimmage, but they could not deny this back of coming up with that conversion.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. They'll hand it off. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
They'll look to throw it here on second down. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal right there.
And I don't think the defense had any clue that the screen was being called. They're getting upfield, getting pressure on the quarterback, and that ball gets dumped. There's no one left to be able to slow him down from getting a big gain.
And this big crowd doing everything possible to inspire this defense down here near the goal line. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And the defense swarms. He's going backwards. He'll lose 4 yards on the play.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Looking for the end zone, but not complete. The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on 3rd and goal. Looking to chuck it again. Receiver makes the catch. And the defense wraps him up quickly. Got about 5 yards on the completion, but now it's 4th down. The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their 1st timeout. They'll set up at the right hash mark for this chip shot. So on 4th down now, out comes the field goal unit. He missed it. And with that miss, the score will stay right where it is.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal in 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
Three guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And they'll start off with a deep shot. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Strong gain by this quarterback. Now the all-important extra point. And the PAT makes it 7-0 open scoring. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Houston's offense heads back onto the field now. They need something out of this possession. The last time they settled for a field goal attempt, but then they missed it. They give it to the big fullback here. They pick up 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
They'll try to pick up the 3rd down yardage on the ground. He picks up the 1st down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
Catch made on the out route. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Here's the handoff. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down.
Caught quickly.
And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Really good defenses put an emphasis on winning the early downs. That means holding your own on first and second down, so you force the offense to consistently have to try on third and long. That's exactly what's happened here in this series.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up fourth down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
Well, they need 8 yards on fourth down to keep this drive going. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. Not a big return, but the pick ends the scoring threat. The offense will now take over at the 30.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Handoff in a single back formation. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Chris, it feels good to see an LSU team be able to run the football when you know they're going to run. I mean, they've been doing that forever, going all the way back to like Jacob Hester and Kevin Falk. His ability to run the ball and catch out of the backfield, Leonard Fournette, and of course Clyde Edwards-Helaire on that great 2019 team. And now LSU stable of backs again on this roster too.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, LSU 7, Houston 0.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. And he'll set up to throw. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. He is a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the cornerback gets him.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice game.
He's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. He's going to take off here. He's found some room at the 45. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. He's going to hand this off. Fights through the tackler. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 or more yards a pop like that.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. And he's going to rifle this one deep to the left side. And that one's picked off. What a play. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Man, he got crushed there, didn't he, Chris? And we know this guy is their superstar. He's their leader. But based on that last play, this offensive line's got to do a better job of recognizing that they got to take care of him.
And the QB will try again on 2nd and 10. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will set up the offense at the 38. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
It was a great completion here. Quarterback puts this ball on the money. And you talk about LSU and to talk about the history, it's easy to bring up Joe Burrow in 2019. But, Chris, you've been following this as long as I have. You know that when LSU is really dangerous, they get consistent play from the quarterback. Doesn't have to be Burrow, but just a guy that can be efficient, be a good leader, and complement the running game. And right now you're starting to see that from this team. Good completion. Now, can you do it consistently? Because if you can, with the athletes they have around that position, they become a real threat.
They'll run it from the gun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Here comes a handoff. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Offense facing a 3rd down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. Here's the option play. Pitch play to the back. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Kicking team out for the PAT try. And with the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. Now they get set to kick it away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback. He'll start at the 25. Houston's offense heads back out on the field now. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. The pocket breaking down. Using his legs on the scramble. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Makes a quick catch. Tackle made after the completion.
That's a much better job by this quarterback of working through his progressions. We've seen him earlier try to force some throws, trying to make a big play. This time, works through his progressions, checks it down to the flat, and picks up some positive yards.
3rd down play for this offense. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Short throw complete to the tight end. They stop him, but it's a first down.
That's a big first down for this offense, and it's not been a great day so far, but maybe this play can get them going. And keep this in mind, Chris, because they started the game with the possession, they will not get to start the second half on offense, so they need points right here.
He's brought down after a short gain that's not going to be first down yardage. 2nd down after that short completion. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Makes a quick grab. They stop him at the 49, but that'll be a first down. First down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. This Houston offense is moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw it again. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
And he'll drop back here on third down. It's a short completion with the tight end. That moves the football inside the 40, and it's another first down.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. And the quarterback dropping back. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. Houston getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. From the shotgun, here's an inside give.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Houston now operating in the red zone. He'll hand it off. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points, but they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Needs a completion here on 4th down. Wow, a 3rd pick tonight by the QB. Look out, he's got some space. Across the 40. Inside the 20. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, LSU.
How about the risky call here by this offense? I love that they're going for it on 4th down. Not so sure about the play call. The defense was not fooled at all. Steps in front of this throw for a nice touchdown.
So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get his top and preserve that momentum. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. So the Cougars offense heads back out onto the field now. Backed up this close to the end zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. Snags a quick throw. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. So one play moves the ball to the 42-yard line. It'll be first down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. It's a quick grab. Man heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Second down after that previous play. Quarterback drops back. They're going to test the secondary. And they get the completion. Looks like Houston will have the first down. How aggressive will they be on this first down play? Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Bringing pressure. The sack in the play could not escape the pass rush.
Well, the defense would not be denied on this play. They come up with a sack. The quarterback really didn't have much of a chance at all. Lucky he just held on to the ball.
Pressure coming, and they've got him again.
Chris, that's on the offensive line right there. They definitely have to be feeling responsible because it's almost like you didn't protect your little brother back there.
Looks like the final play of the half coming up. Caught quickly. Defense able to stop him. It's fourth down now. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. And it's likely they'll take one last shot here before halftime. he's throwing for it on 4th down. He'll take a deep shot. And he's intercepted for the 4th time tonight. Can he take it all the way? Tackled on the return, and that's how we'll end the first half of play. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
With the score, LSU 21.
All right, let's get the second half going now. The kickoff team is out there.
Set to kick off.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. And now the ball comes out. A disastrous play from the start. And the defense has picked up the football going the other way.
This offense just blew an opportunity. Have a nice lead here in the second half with the football. The last thing you want to do is turn it over, and they put the ball on the ground and now give your opponent a chance to get right back in this game.
And he'll be brought down.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a designed run. The ball is free in the backfield. Looks like the defense has it.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for...
So not what the coach was hoping to hear. Took a chance with the timeout to get the replay. We'll see if burning that timeout is costly down the road. The back's got it. He spins out of a tackle. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. The 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Chris, you don't see this kind of play very often. That is coast to coast. This guy, with the speed that he has, when you get him into the open field, we know how dangerous he is. But it started at the line of scrimmage. Great blocks up front, initially to free him up, and then the rest is all about that speed.
Fields it just outside the goal line. Coverage team brings down the returner. Houston's offense heads back onto the field now. The fumble the last time out symbolizing their struggles here today. That's why they're in a big hole. He hands it off from the gun. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball out to the 28.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
1st down and 10. An inside give now from the shotgun. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And they'll use the ground game here. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield of the 48.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Now it's 2nd down here. And there's the handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looks left and finds his target there. The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Makes the catch for the defense, breaks in the ball, and it's a short gain. And now from the pistol formation. Looking to pass here on second down. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Brought down at the 3-yard line, but this offense now has a first down and goal right there. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. They'll try to run this one in. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2.
Picks up 1. Brings up second and goal. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, LSU 28, Houston 0.
Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up with a second and goal. The DB's right near the line now, showing press coverage. On second and goal, they hand it to him again. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
You know, today's not been their day, but the thing that you can always hang your hat on is these guys are still competing. They come up with a touchdown here late in the fourth quarter. You can use that as hopefully some momentum into next week.
And he knocks through the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away.
Houston 7.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he gave it a shot, but should have just left the ball in the end zone. They spotted it at the 19. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. The last possession was a one-play touchdown drive on the ground. See if the offensive line can continue to create some big lanes. Gets some space around the 30. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. And he finally goes out of bounds after a huge gain on the ground. Nice play.
And this guy is as fast as there is in college football, and it's so much fun to watch him when he gets out in space with room to go. And you just know the home crowd is loving this.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Looking to throw it on first down. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it. So second down after the incompletion. Toss it to the back, running left. In the clear at the 25. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
What a shot, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground?
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Gonna run it. It's Thorne. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball.
The ball is picked off. Going the other way. Can they stop him? And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. Solid return to set up his offense.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception, Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this?
The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down. Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. They'll try to run for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Well, that shows you the trust they have in their offensive line in this running game. To get to a third down, just trying to come up with a way to be able to keep this drive alive, keep hope alive that you can come back in this game. You rely on old reliable with that offensive line, and they come through for you.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that's what we call assignment football by the defense. They took away the back inside, and there's a perfect play to be able to stop an athletic quarterback on the option.
And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. Second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back, looking for the wideout. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big game, but he couldn't hold on.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
An explosive play. They finally grab him, but the ball moves inside the 25.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Tackled, but first down.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And like the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
And they'll bring him down after a short gain. Moves the football inside the 5. So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Makes the catch. Can he get in? He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. And now here comes the point after attempt. The extra point is good. Still a 2-touchdown deficit, 28-14. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. No stopping and takes it all the way. Touchdown Tigers. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
Houston, 14.
Returner decides to fair catch this. And out comes the offense set to take over here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Fires it to the wideout. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
A tough situation for the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down.
Now, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on 3rd down and long. Hey, it's a bit of a risk. With that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on 4th and long.
Catch made way downfield. That's going to help the stats a little bit, but won't make a difference in the outcome. And the offense takes a timeout with 15 seconds remaining.
How about this guy making this throw? I mean, they have harassed him all game long, and here we are in the 4th quarter. He takes another hit, and this time gets enough on it to be able to complete it. Great play by the quarterback.
Oh, and it's incomplete. He flat out dropped what would have been a touchdown. 2nd down coming up now. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Intercepted in the end zone. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the 2nd half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
They'll run it to the right side. And he's brought down there to wrap up this game. Well, it wasn't a flawless performance, Kirk, but they looked pretty good out there today and a very satisfying W.
I think this group has a chance to do some really special things this year. They clearly have talent to be able to work with. I've been impressed with how this head coach managed the game and led his team to a victory.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. From Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.